So around the time that I was waking up about conventional medicine, I would spend every single Saturday hours reading PubMed articles and discovering what actual science, not the Church of Scientism, had to say about the untold story of pharmaceuticals and the evidence that lifestyle medicine has the power to resolve chronic illness. It's been a minute though, and so when this lovely Journal of Psychiatry made its way to my P.O. box, I was amused by one specific article. So it's called Beyond Psychotropic, Repurposing Psychiatric Drugs for Rona, Alzheimer's Disease, and Cancer. And repurposing is really a covert marketing term that implies that they intend to broaden the pool of customers. And remember that when it comes to psychiatry, there are no diagnostic tests, so there's no actual valid science that might determine who is in need, quote unquote, of one of these medications, why, and what outcomes can be expected. And because the diagnostic manual is an ever-ballooning list of subjective, descriptive terms, psychiatry is the blob that is consuming the populace, and no one is safe, okay? Everyone is a candidate and a potential customer. So why might that be a problem? The first issue is that we have no idea what these medications do, and that's why it's been easy to proclaim their relevance in different populations and then reverse engineer a mechanism, right? So they are very effective for bulimia and anxiety and phobias and insomnia and for animals and humans and whatever. And the way that they must work is that they must modulate serotonin, or no, they're anti-inflammatory, or no, they're anti-infective, or they have all of these different mechanisms that have never actually been proven through valid outcomes. I mean, look at one of these statements about fluvoxamine in this article. There were no differences in symptom reduction. The researchers speculated that the highly individually dynamic nature of Rona symptoms would interfere with the ability to discern a treatment effect. And the second is that we are poisoning the poisoned. So when pharmaceuticals are applied to a problem misattributed to an unproven pathology, we are creating a bigger issue for a given patient. This is like taking a Tylenol for a piece of glass in your foot, or prioritizing injectables over sanitation and food for a starving child. The third is untold risks and adverse effects. So if you want to just like throw on a medication because maybe it'll help and we don't know why or how, what are the risks of that? Specifically with psychiatric meds, there is a risk of impulsive violence and very serious dependency if you're taking these meds for longer than even 2 months. And because we have normalized polypharmacy, you might think it makes sense to just add on another medication for your non-specific collection of symptoms that you've been told are caused by an invisible particle, and don't worry about how or why this medication is being used. So if you want to wake up from the immense confusion represented by the so-called scientific allopathic medical community, then I invite you to check out a now free series that I am one of the hosts of that really intends to expose all of the myths and deceptions that we have been sold over the past 3 years so that you never take the bait of this kind.